Hello and welcome to the Big Match Theory. I'm Mangesh, and along with me, as always, I have Rohit. We'll talk about game week 11 of the Premier League. And as usual, we'll start with our beloved Manchester United. Manchester United won quite comfortably for a change against Leicester City. The game ended 3-0. But before that, do you want to address the whole manager situation? Not like we have not talked enough about it, but do you want to talk about Ruben Amorim or even Ruud Van Nistlerooy for that matter, who was an interim manager?
For sure, man. I think for the first part, let me start off with Ruud. You and I have loved Ruud Van Nistlerooy for the better
Yeah.
part of 20 years. To this day, for me, the best number nine I have ever seen play for Man
No.
United. Like you talk about a proper number nine, there's no one there's no one who
Yeah.
can match up to, at least from the time I started watching football, who can match up to. So to just watch him for the last four games, and I think generally, if you look at it, right, I think number one, I think he has that aura about himself, right? He carries himself in a certain way. He has that presence of being Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Like there's one part of you being an ex-United, ex-Real Madrid striker who the world has known you for so many years, so you automatically have that respect. But on the pitch as well, and we touched upon this when we were chatting about this a little while ago. Couple of things that he did, which I thought Ten Hag didn't do, was Ten Hag used to, whenever he got a new player in, he wouldn't play him for the first 4 or 5 games. He used to bring him in for a particular game, and if the performance wasn't good, or it just didn't click, he would again keep him out for 5 or 6 games, then bring him back in. So there was never a rhythm.
Yeah.
What I like with Ruud is that, say, someone like Ugarte, he bought Ugarte in and he's played Ugarte all of the important games that in the league. He's played him for all of the 90 minutes. So that gives even someone like Ugarte, who's a Uruguay international. Let's not forget. So for that guy, it's good to have him sort of get into the flow, get into the rhythm, and at the same time, same thing with Ahmad. So, who did well in preseason, and he comes back, plays a couple of games, and again, I think Ten Hag just dropped him and went back to his comfortable Garnacho Rashford combination down the wing. So these few things that Ruud did, and the fact that he's Ruud, it's sad in a way that he's not going to be up, but I fully understand Amorim deciding to do things his own way, because you don't want that excess baggage, especially of a figure as influential as Ruud. So, just it's great. Thank you, Ruud. And thank you for the fact that you were one of the greatest strikers we had, and thank you for these four or five great games as well.
Yeah, and that's a very good point about Ahmad. And let's not dwell too much into the Ten Hag era, because it was a shit show. But at the same time, I do not understand why Ahmad did not play week in week out when it was quite clear that he was the most suited player on the right. But Rashford and Garnacho, when you play either of them on right, you sacrifice on some creativity. It was just it at times it felt like just Ten Hag wanted to play his favorite player and nothing else. What was the point of not playing Ahmad? Because Ahmad is so good on the ball, he is very good in those two-on-one situations, and he gets out of it very very quickly, not very quickly, very smartly. And Garnacho and Rashford are, I'm not saying they're bad players, they're absolutely fantastic. I think Garnacho is going to be a great player, no doubt about it. But I just do not understand the logic behind. I can see some logic in not starting Ugarte week in, week out. See, what happens at times is we do not know how players are doing in the training sessions. So there is a possibility that Ten Hag might have felt that, yeah, he's not yet ready. And let's throw him in once he's completely ready, or maybe in after 4 or 5 weeks. But Ugarte was he played like a proper first team player. We did not feel that he is new to the league or he's not adjusted. He adjusted quite well. So I think, credit to Ruud that he actually made very smart and logical decisions that Ten Hag did not, and it is quite staggering. We are praising him for playing players in their natural positions.
Yeah.
This is the state of United right now. And credit to him. The game, I liked the game. It was quite straightforward. It was pretty direct. There was no fucking around, no passing from the back, and nothing of that sort. Just play the ball, pass the ball. That's about it, and pass it forward. And I need to. I want to give credit to him. And I thought Bruno Fernandes was absolutely fantastic. Main was his positional discipline was excellent, and this is something Fernandes struggles a lot of time. And after probably 30 minutes, we got into the game, and yeah, it was after that it was only one way street. And what are your views on Fernandes's performance, or do you think do you see that changing when Amorim takes over?
It's a very interesting question. See, Fernandez, I mean, look, I love the guy. He's, as I've always said, I think he's, as a player, he's fantastic. My question marks are always whether it's like whatever he brings to the team, is that a net positive over what gets taken away from the team when he plays? And I'll take you back to, let's do a bit of a flashback to 2002. And we'll talk about Ruud again. So, if you remember, I think the 01-02 season was Ruud's first season. When
1-2. Yeah, 1-2
was his first season, when I think he scored a shit ton of goals. But Gary Neville and a lot of United players, I think at that point said that because everything was so focused on Ruud, somewhere United's overall gameplay got affected.
Yeah.
We won the league title in 02-03. Again in 03-04 and 04-05, we didn't win the league title. Ruud was scoring goals. Ruud was getting his 20, 25, 30 goals a season because it's Ruud. But I would say for those two seasons especially, 03-04 and 04-05, sorry, from 03-04 to 05-06 actually, all those three seasons, although Ruud was playing well and we had the emerging Ronaldo and all these guys, I thought United's gameplay at that point of time wasn't really good. I wasn't enjoying that. Fergie tried to play a 4-3-3. Fergie tried to do a lot of things to accommodate. So coming back to now extrapolating that sort of to today, Bruno Fernandes' numbers, I just read a stat the other day. Ever since Bruno has come into the league, he's second only to Mo Salah in terms of goals and assists, total goals and assists in the league. He's higher than De Bruyne as well. Amazing. For goals and assists. So in those terms, the numbers are great. In United's terms, if you think about it, the team hasn't done well. Bruno has been contributing well. Bruno has done well. Fair enough. Has that translated onto any sort of success in the league? No. So my question with Bruno has always been that, we say that he's sort of like a maverick. Like he's going to try 7 Hollywood balls, but that one that he gets right is always going to result in a goal. But my point is, and again trying to complete that point, under Ruben Amorim, who is very much a system coach.
Yeah.
Whatever, I don't claim to have seen a lot of Amorim's football, but whatever I have read, whatever I have researched, whatever I have seen, he is definitely going to play that 3-4-3 formation. That is amply clear. He is not, in the short term, he's going to stick with what works for him. He's not going to come to a new club and suddenly try to play a 4-2-3-1 just because United played that way. It's not going to happen. Yeah. And in that 3-4-3, he's going to play Bruno to the left in the front three. In my opinion, alongside Højlund and Rashford. Or maybe he played Gyökeres as his number 9 in Lisbon. So I don't see him playing as a false 9 or something of that. So he's going to play a proper number 9 in Højlund. The question is, Bruno playing to the left of a front three, will that take away from what he wants to do at him? Because Bruno will get you goals and assists. But it's the same Ruud Van Nistlerooy conundrum from 2003 or 2004. I'm not sure if what is good for Bruno is good for United. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's a good point, because one grouse I have against, of course, he's not that kind of a player, but he doesn't run with the ball. And I feel that's a huge drawback. The way De Bruyne runs, or even not this is not exactly a fair comparison, or in a way, Szoboszlai does. He is not the same player. Bruno is superior in quality, no doubt about it. But him not running with the ball can, at times, that causes a lot of problems at times. So if you're playing him in three-man up front, one of those 3-man up front, I don't think we are going to be that dynamic, or we are not going to be that. I don't think we'll be that flexible.
No, we won't. And you know what the weird part is? Sorry to butt in. You know what the weird part is? We actually do have somebody who can run with the ball and who can play in the 10, which is Mason Mount.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about your Amads and the Garnachos of the world. They are obviously, if I were to do it, if I were Ruben Amorim, if I were to create a perfect front three, I would play Garnacho, I would play Højlund, I would play Amad. Or say take off Garnacho, play Rashford. That will be my ideal front three if in a 3-4-3. Bruno doesn't have a place in that formation.
Yeah, he does.
If I need a ball carrier, I have Mason Mount. He used to play a ball carrier role in Chelsea.
Yeah. But we also have a player who is just 19 and who is fantastic with ball at his feet. He runs with the ball. Kobe Bryant is fantastic. We have actually forgotten about him.
No, he'll play in the middle. No, he'll play in that pivot. See,
sorry, front. Got it. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what I think. This is me, a stupid guy on YouTube trying to guess what a professional manager is going to do. I think we'll see obviously Onana, we'll see Lisandro, De Ligt, and now Lindelof, but eventually Euro. We'll see Dalot. Sorry. We'll see either Malacia or Shaw on the left. Mino. Oh, sorry. I thought I didn't realize we were only talking about actual footballers who play football. Sorry. Malacia or Mazraoui down the left. We'll have Mino. We'll have Ugarte. We'll have Dalot. And we'll have Garnacho, we'll have Amad, and we'll have Højlund. That would be my first choice 11. I would not play Rashford and Bruno. Why the fuck would I play two players with whom we've won jack shit in the past 10 years? If you really want to make a change, give it a shot. Alienate some of these guys, give it a shot. And keep them fine. I think Rashford has more of a chance of fitting into this team than Bruno. I don't know where Bruno plays. And I understand it's a stupid point to make. He's been our best player. But I always go back to that same thing from 20 years ago. I'm like, is he our best player or is he the best player from the current group playing in this team? Because those are two very different things.
Yeah. And even the point about Van Nistelrooy. So this is something, I mean, of course, we do not need a reason to love Alex Ferguson, but what Ferguson did at that time, he signed Ruud and Veron, and he thought he wanted to switch to that one-man striker, say a one striker. And because a lot of teams in the Europe were playing at that time. So when he started doing that, and it did not work out as he wanted, he completely annihilated Ruud. He pushed him out of the team. Of course, Ruud threw a CC fit, of course, which is quite understandable for someone who is a quality of Ruud Van Nistlerooy. He's not going to like it, and he went to Real Madrid, of course. Ruud was no dummy. But at the same time, Fergie tried something. It did not work. He tried something new, and it worked.
And now is the time.
Yeah, now is the time.
Now is the time for Amorim to do it. This is the season, boss. You know what? If he really has balls of steel, go out in the first 4 or 5 weeks, bench Bruno and Rashford if they're not fitting into your system. Bench them mercilessly. Give it a shot. What? You have nothing to lose. Literally nothing to lose. There is not one fan who is going to go against what this manager does. Because Rashford has been around since the time of Van Gaal. Bruno Fernandes has been here since the time of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We have done nothing of note. For what? Bruno's been here for what? 5 years?
4 or 5 years? In that January transfer window we signed. Yeah.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
4 years. Rashford has been in the first team for 9 years now. Almost 9 years now.
9 years.
They have had a chance to be the guys. They have had their chance. We haven't done well. Does it mean that they are shit players? No, it doesn't. But does it mean that it is also a good chance for you to try something different? And if you are going to play in that formation, let's not try to force fit people in that formation. We have done this. Even Ten Hag did this.
Yeah.
When Solskjaer signed Sancho, I didn't understand the Sancho sign. Sancho is not. We needed somebody to play down the right. Sancho is not going to typically play down the right in the way that Oli wanted him to play. So what happened after that? He played him for some time. In the next season, he comes in. Everything goes down to shit. We saw what happened.
No, we signed Sancho in Ole's last season.
Yeah, no, we signed him. Did we sign him in the same season as Cristiano?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then it clearly didn't work in the 6 months that he had.
Yeah.
And it didn't work in Ten Hag's era either, technically. Apart from that one game against Liverpool in his first season, it didn't work. It didn't really work for Sanchez.
Yeah.
Because let's not try to force fit people. Right? Let's not try to force fit people into something that they're not. So I hope Amorim sticks to that philosophy. Play your game, man. You're the manager. Play your game. You don't have to. You're not. We're not here to watch Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes or Victor Lindelof or whoever it is. Play your game. Find your players.
And one last point about Amorim. So again, as a United fan, I do not have any hope. I'm extremely pessimistic about United's future in general. That's my general lookout nowadays. But at the same time, I feel Amorim is more likely to succeed as a United manager than all of his predecessors. So because see, David Moyes was never going to work out. It was never going to work out. Van Gaal had passed his prime. Even though all of us loved Van Gaal, but he had passed his prime.
100%.
Then even with Mourinho, see that spell in Real Madrid, that spell in Madrid completely broke Mourinho. If you read Diego Torres' biography of Mourinho, players did not like him. They were not even on talking terms by the end of that spell. So he was completely a broken man because after that, especially that bad third season, for Chelsea. Solskjaer, we know that Solskjaer is not a world-class manager. He did a decent job, but he was not a world-class manager. And see, a lot of people, it's not like I did not want Ten Hag to succeed, but I always felt that Pochettino was a better choice in the structure that we had, with the resources that we had. For Amorim, now, let's say, for the sake of argument, the structure is in place. He is that bright new thing in Europe, bright new manager in Europe. The kind of manager Mourinho was in 2004. Of course, that doesn't mean it is going to work out because everyone thought it will work out with Anders Villas-Boas. It didn't. So, of course, there are no guarantees. But at the same time, I feel that there is more. There is a more chance for Amorim to succeed than to be successful at United than the rest of his predecessor. So, let's see.
No, my only point is that the only thing, every manager that has come in, right, be it Moyes or any of the guys that you name, any manager that has come in has eventually at some point had to bow down to player pressure. Every manager. Erik Ten Hag, I think from the lot, I think Ten Hag and weirdly Mourinho, we expected that he's going to fall out with people. That didn't come as a surprise. He fell out with Martial, he fell out with Pogba. That didn't come as a surprise. You knew he was going to do some,
That's Mourinho
shit. That shows it. Ten Hag, I thought he will be this meek guy who will do all of that. No, he took on Cristiano Ronaldo, he threw him out of the club. He did not relent when it came to Jadon Sancho, so much so that he was okay selling him in the summer.
Yeah.
But what he didn't do is that for the players that he was actually playing, it's okay for players, it's okay for you to be harsh with players you don't want. But with the players that you have, for you to have something to say that, okay, I trusted these guys, but they aren't performing for me right now. I need to change my stance and throw these guys out. That he didn't do.
Yeah.
This I hope Amorim does. If Bruno doesn't perform, throw him out. If Rashford doesn't perform, throw him out. If Maino doesn't perform, throw him out. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The club is not here to serve anyone. The club shouldn't be here to cater to anybody's egos. It's for you. It's same as you and me, right? Tomorrow you and I don't perform in our workplace, we get our asses kicked.
Yeah.
No manager is ever going to think, oh shit, if I do this, we're going to get our asses kicked. These players deserve to get their asses kicked. And I hope Amorim does that.
Yeah. Let's hope so. After international break, hopefully we'll see a different United that
run out of fingers, man. I've been like this for the longest time.
Yeah.